hooking up the plough. We're not going ploughing, but we're going to take it over to the other farm. Craig's on big boots. Can we do untip your arms?
Yes, please, mate, yeah.
I've got to put them in a hole as well because they've been put up.
Oh, have they?
Yeah.
Are these on latches or those horrible clips?
Horrible clips, yeah.
I don't know why they do them.
I swapped mine.
Yeah, they're horrible.
To move these out the way, but they've got these funny clips on, not normal linchpins. Oh, they are. That one's on.
You're in.
You're in. He goes in like that then, does he?
Yeah.
Cool, he looks good. Brand new door, because that one broke in the storm. Still bouncing. Off he goes. Right, now I was going to go and help John, but he wanted some brash and tree limbs picking up. The field is still a little bit damp, as you can see, so we abandoned that idea before it got ugly. So I thought instead I would come with my spanner and ratchet and put back this brush which I took off last week when we cleaned out this shed that I still haven't put back, so I'll do that in a minute. Like that, but with the plate through it. Of course, the plate's got nuts and bolts. That'll keep them happy for the foreseeable. You might be able to hear the wind getting up, so hopefully dry the ground out a bit. We can get on with some field work before too long, because it's the 9th of March today, so we need to get on with some fertilizer really. I want to chuck some cows out and get ready for making silage. Right, so I got to go in and do some stuff on the computer for a bit. I've got a meeting I need to be in. But this is the gap where the plough was, so what we'll do is move all that rubbish out the way somewhere, put the topper somewhere else, and then we've got a gap for the forager, because that is currently in a bay where the fertilizer lives, and we've got some more fertilizer coming at some point, so we need that space there. Put the trailer under cover now as well, just have a general shifty around with some machinery. Got a flat tyre on the rake, so after I've been in my meeting I will sort that one out. We can probably put the camper header away then as well. We just have a general tidy up of machinery. The rake, this wheel is flat. It's been flat for most of the winter. I'm hoping it's nothing to do with that shiny screw, and that's just there by chance. I got a 6-ton jack. I'll get something flat to put under there. We'll jack it up. We'll take it off because it's only on 6-stud axle, and we'll go and pump it up because we can't really move it like that. It's a bit of a long way to get a pipe to from my tractor, so we'll put it up and go and pump the wheel up. definitely flat, but it is only flat on the bottom. We'll go and pump it up. I'm just pumping up this tyre. I'm going to put 30 psi in it. Can you see on there our needle is ever so slightly bent, so that says it's slightly under 30. But if you take into account that the needle's bent, it's about 30. How a needle in a sealed box can bend, don't know. It says on the tyre not to exceed 35, so we put 30 in there, which should be good. And then when we pull it out, when we go to use it the first time this year, we'll check that they're both the same. Right, one wheel successfully fitted back on. I ended up needing multiple blocks in the end to get the height, because there's not really anywhere to jack it up there very well. But I'll clear up the tools and move on to the next job. Craig has cleaned up the space up there. There's a lot of noise coming from the calving shed, so I think he might have gone up there to check, see if someone's calving. So we'll go see if he needs a hand. Slight change of plan. We just had a load of sugar beet arrive in the yard on pallets, so I just put the flatbed on the truck so that Phil can take a couple over to Rowden when he pushes the grub in there this evening. So Craig's unloading the little flatbed that came. We'll take this up there and he can put some straight on and be ready for Phil then. Right, so Craig's moved this forager out of this bay here. So I'm just moving this TSP onto the left hand side, and there's some hay behind. So we've got more of that coming tomorrow on the lorry. So we'll put it either side so that we can keep it separate from each other. So I'll move these across to there. Right, I'll finish having a shifty round in there now. So we've got TSP on the left and K on the right. So that'll be all ready for the morning with the bag lifter there as well. That thing is brilliant. And then we keep nitrogen up there and lime down there. Well, I think there's some keys right down there as well. But I'm not sure if we've got an Arctic lorry of both coming or an Arctic lorry of, you know, the two combined. So guess we'll find out in the morning. But I'm going to go feed some calves and then I'm going to head home because I'm on the night check tonight. So we will continue this tomorrow. Right, fertilizer has arrived. Bloke was here at 8 o'clock on the dot like he said he would be. Got it all unloaded. So that's TSP, that's MOP. Yeah, it's all in the shed nice. So that was an Arctic load of the two, so it's 22 bags of each I think. It's all in there, so better get on with the mundane tasks of the winter. Get scraping and feeding. See what else we can find to do today. What are you doing in there, buddy? Let's be reasonable. Well done. It's not the place for calves to go to sleep. Right, a bit of a tidy up here. Just tidied up along here. All the feed that they try and chuck out. We've got these rubber flaps on, which definitely help. But they're still a bit stupid, the cows. Right, we are on the road in the Manitou. John's in the field over there. He's just turned up on the quad bike because there's a tree down from the hedge there that we want to try and remove. There's a car behind me.
When you get to the very butt of it, just give it a wiggle, see what happens.
So he's propped up against here with the Manitou at the minute. You can see where he's come out of the hedge here. Great big split down in there. John's cut halfway through it from one side, so I've just rolled it over. And he's going to cut through the other side. hopefully we'll have a piece here that we can take out, and there'll be another piece to take out that way. Worth mentioning, John has to do the chainsaw because he's the only one that's got the ticket. I think Craig has as well, actually. But I don't, so I can't do any chainsaw. Yeah, he should go.
He might go.
Okay, there's a car behind me.
Alright, let them go and then you can...
Yeah. We got her. Got one half of the tree. Just gonna go back and get the bucket and clean the road up because I don't want to leave it mucky for anyone in their cars, but that's a big bit of tree. Exactly like that. You remember the first rule of manual handling? Ask someone else to do it. Yeah. All good? Right, we're back. John's slabs of wood. Here comes the man on the quad bike. There's a big chunk of tree. 3 guesses as to where that will end up. Logs! Right, let's go feed some calves. For any of you guys that have been following for a little while, you might remember we had a calf called Nige. He was tiny, he was the smallest one out of this batch by a long way. Sadly, Nige has had to go. He got pneumonia for the second time and his lungs just completely filled up with fluid, and there was no coming back for him. So Nige is gone, so now we got 49 very evenly bunched calves. We've got 8 in here that are on a little bit more cake just to try and perk them up a bit. Got a bird up there tweeting, which is quite annoying. But no, the rest of them are doing really well and they're loving this sunshine we got today. Lovely day. But I'll push in these cows' food a minute. Got to feed a few sheep. Then the working week is over. Hopefully, before too long, do some field work. Right, so I just finished all my jobs here for this afternoon. Next week we will take the wagon off this tractor, put it on big boots, and get this one all ready for field work. So we'll give it a spruce up on the outside, clean all the inside, put the carpet back in, get it all ready for field mode. Hopefully we'll get to spreading some fertilizer in a couple of weeks time, but just save scuffing up these new tyres on the concrete all the time. Not a lot of point doing that. So I'm just going to put the Manitou away, and that's me going home. So thank you very much guys for watching today's video. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to follow more of what we do here at Northwick, you can check out my socials. They'll be on the bottom of the screen now. There are also links to them in the description. There is a link to any merchandise you want in the description as well. I've got a few hats and shirts left if anyone's interested in those. And until the next time guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Cheerio.